Good evening. The purpose of this meeting is to conduct the business of the Gettysburg Area School District. Board of Directors meetings and committee meetings are open to the public but are not public meetings. I'm just summarizing the opening statements in front of you if you grabbed an agenda. Public comment is welcome and issues will be referred to the appropriate board committee or administrator. Comments will be summarized in the official board minutes, which will be made available by contacting the business office. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones or any other devices. Al and Ryan are both excused this evening. Neither one of them are in the area. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm sorry, we're also missing Timon. I'm being told there are no speakers this evening. Notice in communications, though, Dr. Perrin.
Yeah, just one following tonight's meeting, there is an executive session specific to Act 44, which is required by Act 44, Safety and Security. Thanks.
That brings us to our routine approvals. I know I sent an email asking if anybody wanted anything separated. I'm assuming nobody does.
Mr. Hassinger, I was reviewing my agenda, and I need to separate 5.7.
Not a problem. 5.7 will be removed. That leaves us with 5.1 through 5.6 and 5.8 through 5.13. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Question on the motion on the floor. Hearing none. Roll call. Amy Beth.
Yes?
Tim.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Michelle.
Yes.
And Jeremy.
Yes.
Five 5.7, may I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Question on the motion.
Mr. Hassinger, I'm going to recuse myself. One of my minor children is a manager of one of the sports teams.
No problem. One second.
As long as you have a majority here.
5.7, any questions? Roll call. Jeremy.
Yes.
Michelle.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Tim.
Yes.
And I vote yes. I'm going to turn it over to you. Correct? I'm going to turn it over to you, right? Yeah. We're going to take just a brief break, and I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Perrin to recognize our retirees this evening.
Sure, as we do each year, we just want to recognize the folks that have spent time with us and are moving on to a different chapter in their career or leaving the career behind and moving on to other things that they enjoy. Obviously, each year we have a significant number of folks that do that, and you lose a good bit of institutional knowledge and also some folks that are very good at what they do. So you never end up replacing those people. All you can do is actually fill the position, but those folks each bring unique characteristics and their own personalities and a lot of good stuff to the roles as they come in. So I'm going to have Dr. Matzner read off the names of our retirees, and then if the retiree is present, if you just come up to the front and we have a certificate and a small gift to recognize your service. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The first retiree we have is Eric Allinger, 25 years, 7th grade social studies at the middle school. Next is Jamie Buxton, 10 years, library secretary at high school. Next we have Carol Eiler, 18 years, assistant business office secretary here at the admin building. Next, we have Cheryl Guy, 22 years, librarian at the middle school. Congratulations. James Hoffman, 25 years, assistant director of facilities here at the admin building. Stephanie Kahn, 27 years, paraprofessional from the high school. Pamela Kowalski, 3 years, learning support paraprofessional from the high school. Christine Lay, 11 years, assistant superintendent here at the admin building. Clyde McLean, 25 years, grounds worker, Lincoln Elementary School. Tamala McConaughey, 21 and a half years, Human Resources Coordinator here at the admin building. Vicki Messick, 16 years, 3rd grade teacher, Lincoln Elementary School. David Reacher, 2 years, custodian at the high school. Lisa Reinhold, 15 years, custodian, Lincoln Elementary School. And Jody Sheeler, 5.5 years, business office secretary here at the admin building.
Can I just grab a group picture of those that are here? Do it. Okay. I mean, yeah.
Best wishes to y'all.
So we are now at that point of the meeting for items for board action. I will entertain a motion if a board member or the majority desires to consolidate 6.1 through 6.7, which are policy-related items, and that would be a vote similar to routine approvals. However, that would not include 6.8 through 6.10, which will be an individual roll call vote. Those are budgetary items. If not, we will do all items by individual roll call.
It'd be up through 6.8. I think it'd be up through 6.6, I think.
6.6, I apologize.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to combine 6.1 through 6.6.
Second.
Question on the floor, and I would remind, just like routine approvals, when we cluster this, if there's a board member that wishes to separate a particular item, I'll certainly entertain that also. Okay, a motion on the floor to 6.1 through 6.6, similar to routine approvals. We'll go to roll call. Mike?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Amy Beth?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
And I vote yes. The next item is 6.7, I'm sorry. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Question on 6.7? Hearing no question, roll call. Michelle?
Yes.
Amy Beth?
No.
Michelle? I'm sorry, Mike?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6.8, adopt the general fund budget. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Question? Yes, please.
I think we can just give one verbally if you want.
The presentation will be available on the website, but just real quickly, I'm going to fast forward to the third, this slide. Well, this is really truly what has changed from the last budget. So we had local real estate assessment update. This brought in approximately additional $234,180. Along with that, we had a quick reduction of the homestead farmstead, as well as the allocation to the state for the state's appropriation of the homestead farmstead. And of course, just as a reminder, the BEF is in basic education funding is in at 50% of what the governor's proposal is. Overall, this budget change, as I mentioned before, was not a lot of activity. We are, in salary terms, we are taking 11 employees, formerly ACTI, and with the transfer of entity, they are being removed from the budget. We increased our starting wages to $13.75, and all others were contractual. The largest area our budget was hit was healthcare benefits of a 12% increase. Just a reminder, our PCERS contribution rate went from 35.26 to 34%. And our technology increased due to the managed services as well as cyber insurance. And again, as I mentioned previously, transportation was a contractual as well as fuel. And our capital plan funding was reduced. Previous board meetings, I should say, over the past history, we typically would fund about $1 million to the capital plan. In the early stage of the budget, we had $950,000 in, so we had reduced that. Prior to this meeting, we took a look at reducing that once more to $402,386. However, with the real estate changes of $234,180, we put those funds back into the capital plan. So overall, next year's funding to the capital plan, 5-year plan, will be $623,311. And then just a quick summary of all the fund balances that are being utilized for this budget. We have between committed and assigned $3.3 million. The unassigned $647,461 for a total of $4 million of assigned fund balances to balance the budget. And that is, in a nutshell, quick what changed. Really, the only thing that has been updated since the last presentation was the revenue for the real estate taxes, and then the offset of that is the capital plan.
But Belinda, is it, when typically do you in the district recognize what the funding is? Because right now, we're guessing certain things. So in a budget cycle, what period or time of the year do you typically get those final numbers?
Oh, that varies. So, for example, revenue comes in periodic throughout the year. First of all, I do know that the state legislators, they're very busy working on the budget, but the likelihood of it passing through the next now or next till the end of June is very unlikely. They still have a lot of work to do. So it's unknown of what our true basic education funding formula is going to be. We're at least trying to capture 50%. Now, so revenue comes in sporadic throughout the year. So real estate taxes will begin starting July through August, September. Our first funding triggers from the state on any level of funding doesn't normally happen until December. So once December comes around, then we start receiving monthly contributions from the state. When we truly know what our number is going to be for basic education funding is when the governor will pass his budget. Any increase above 50% will automatically go into unassigned fund balance to be used for the following year.
So wouldn't it be, and I'm throwing this out there, changing it up a little bit, wouldn't it behoove us to have a presentation when those final numbers come in, whether that comes in September, October, or November, just to let the board know in advance what the state actually allocated and how much we're moving over from one fund to another?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Hearing no questions, roll call. Amy Beth?
Yes?
Tim?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6.9, the establishment of taxes. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Question? Roll call. Mike?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Amy Beth?
Yes?
Michelle?
Yes.
And I vote yes. 6.10, the homestead, farmstead. Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Question? Roll call. Jeremy?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Amy Beth?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Our informational items are listed, 7.1 with the overnight trip, 7.2 overnight trip point 2 or part 2. Are there any questions on the informational items? Board committee reports.
Policy Committee will reconvene, let me see, second week in August at 4 PM in the Edmund Building.
Any additional?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the calendar though. I can't remember the date. I apologize. I don't want to give the wrong date. That's not it. Finance Committee will meet, is it the 15th or the 22nd? Because there was the first day of the year was the 1st. It was a Thursday. Huh? 15th? 15th. We didn't have a meeting last month, so.
Thank you. Any additional? Program reports, Dr. Perrin.
Now, I just simply want to point out that the 23-24 academic calendar is still on the district website. We get questions occasionally at the front end of summer about when days off are, breaks. Just want to remind everybody that it's posted. You can take a look at it. There's the board-approved calendar. Thanks.
I would just add, if you look at, and we're jumping ahead, but I thought you were going to cover this on program reports. Typically, if the board establishes and gets through this meeting without conflict or a problem with the vote, our next board meeting is typically in August. So unless something changes before that in the district, with the district, and I'm notified, our next meeting would be August 7th.
Right. If something comes up, we'll get in touch and we'll advertise and schedule it.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We stand adjourned. Board members, executive session immediately following.